All right, let's open up some fire whiskey roulette lore and see what kind of crazy concoctions people made in Smavens, Havens, Sandwich Mavens, Havens, Smavens. Okay, first we have a gang. Okay, the Somewhat Forgettable Gang. All right, the Somewhat Forgettable Gang was formed by a group of experienced and powerful gangsters from the Alta district who wanted to stand out with an unforgettable name in quotations. Obviously, some genius decided that irony is the best option. Upon their creation, they were bullied out of their homes and fled into the business district to act as their new base of operations. Since then, they've mostly stayed in the business district, which has been mostly left alone by other gangs. Yeah, I mean, the business district I thought was the most secure district. That's where all the executives are and they have all their hired security. It's a weird place for a gang. Which has been mostly left alone by other gangs, which led the Forgettables to remain there to peacefully lord over the local underworld. But they haven't sat idly by, as they have acquired weapons from raiding Haven Guard convoys and stealing from them. Man, they must be badass if they are doing that and in the business district, that is so secure. The Unforgettables. That was submitted by Malross Engram, and I'm sure he had others with him, but the name wasn't written in there. But I'm pretty sure he said he was with other people. I think he said that during the live stream. Next we have the Bloody Crow. Ooh, spelled with an E at the end. Bloody Crow. The Bloody Crow is a guardian spirit that is the familiar of a mysterious mystic in Widow's Way. Widow's Way. Widow's Way. That's in Blood Cobble, isn't it? The mystic protects the innocent from evil magics and evil magic beings. One of the main tricks he has is the Bloody Crow's ability to see into the different planes of existence. Bloody Crow. Huh. So is he like a, what is the relationship between the Bloody Crow and the Mystic? Huh. Interesting. That was submitted by Jacob Bastion, Yadagon, Malross, and Ivan. Yep, sounds about right. It's a little bit of every one of them in there. You know, Malross and Ivan, I can see how we got into all this spirit magical stuff. That's awesome. That's exactly what Fire Whiskey Roulette's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a touch of everybody's style and perspective in the submissions. The Bloody Crow. Gotta get that added. Would love to see some jobs based around that. Somebody eliminate them. All right, next we have Solian Sword Arts. This was submitted by Yadagon, Arcbionic Sagenar, and the Dizzy Wizard. Solian Sword Arts are a collection of martial arts that, despite the common name, work with any one-handed weapon, particularly given that many parts are even applicable to unarmed combat or combat with two-handed weapons. The common name is most likely derived from the most commonly used weapons in the practice of said arts, being swords. Traditional Solian swords, to be specific. Solian swords. The actual name is significantly different and mostly unknown except to devout practitioners of the art. Despite this, the art is relatively widespread in popular media, with several different performance styles incorporating parts of the art, including many movies, dances, and the like. Okay. Yeah. Remember that movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? There's probably like a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Solian Sword Art movie. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Sands. We don't have enough representation from Solians, man. That's a good one. Solian Sword Arts. Awesome. A plant. We have a plant here. Yes, we don't get a lot of plants. This plant was submitted by Rokum, Ivan, Jeremiah Oliver, Arcbionic Sagenar, and Xavier Ortiz. Oh boy. We got a plant. Let's see how scary this thing is. There lives an alien. Oh, okay. Let me finish reading it. I just saw alien man. There lives an alien man-eating plant that was imported into Naboo by the instigator, known as a mooter. A mooter. Mooters. Mooters are carnivorous plants that features razor-sharp teeth, vines with muscular fibers. Damn, that's scary. Which also gives it animal-like properties, and leaves that change color based on their mood, hence the name mooter. They attract prey by making cries similar to a mother calling her child. Unwary prey that gets too close will be tripped over by vines. These vines then wrap around the prey they've tripped and suck the life out of the prey. Oh man. One method of reproduction involves getting split in half. So cutting them down will only multiply them. Whoa, that sounds like what game was that? Phantasy Star Online? I remember killing something and it made doubles of it. And I was like, fuck. They aren't all bad though. What? There's good ones? Necrophiles like to keep these plants as floral decoration because of their sweet, almost dizzying aroma. Oh man, that's dark. The aroma comes from the mooter sap, which can also be used for medical purposes. Not only that, but you can also weaponize their seeds by putting explosives inside them. Oh, that's the Jacob Bastian coming out of there, I think. Oh no, that's Rokum. That's definitely probably Rokum. I don't know. Who knows? They were all drinking. Not only that, but you can also weaponize their seeds by putting explosives inside them, creating a sticky bomb. The goo inside these seeds is sticky enough that if carelessly removed, it will rip any flesh it is attached to. Ugh. Yo, who created? Why does this exist? This is a nasty creature. I don't like this creature, man. Man, definitely got to get that in Act 3. Yeah. Where was I? The goo inside these seeds is sticky enough that if carelessly removed, it will rip any flesh it is attached to. Damn. When hunting for mooters, watch out for the more aggressive counterpart known as the mother mooter. The mother mooter. That's nasty. All right, here we have east side of the Evolution District. Oh, this was submitted by Jacob Bastian, the Dizzy Wizard, and Samuel Maximus. The east side of the Evolution District is a known tourist trap for doctors. Oh shit. That don't sound like a good thing. When I hear trap and doctor in the same sentence, and tourists, I immediately think of like some human centipede shit. A little while ago, there was a great poisoning of the population thanks to, oh no, what? Tainted Dizzy Whiz Fizz bars. There was a recall on Haven's prized candy. Man, you can't trust nothing anymore, man. I'm boycotting all Dizzy Whiz Fizz. A little while ago, there was a great poisoning of the population. What? Is this canon? So are we doing this? A little while ago, there was a great poisoning of the population. They must have swept that under the rug. Thanks to tainted Dizzy Whiz Fizz bars. Hospitals were overflowing with people. Dizzy, how did you let this become a thing? And it affected some so bad they swore to become bald monks of a regional church of the elder existence. Hospitals were overflowing with people and it affected some so bad they swore to become bald monks of a regional church of the elder existence. This sounds like Dizzy Wizard. The poisoning was caused by someone putting bad... Oh my God. This is all the Dizzy Wizard. The poisoning was caused by someone putting bad broccoli into the supply stream thus tainting the candy. Ever since then, people from the east side of the Evolution District have hated Dizzy Whiz Fizz and have sworn off it altogether. The doctors that are tourists to this place usually visit to remember the victims of this horrible incident. Oh man. Damn, tainted Dizzy Whiz candy, tainted by bad broccoli, and it makes people convert to the elder existence. Next, we have a person. This was submitted by Jacob, R-Type, and Klaus Huron. There is a new and mysterious warlord in the West. Oh shit. Oh shit. Are we talking like Iron Republic West or West of Haven? He leads a small army. He leads a small army of Iron Empire special forces that are extremely loyal to him. He is such a talented leader, and his men are so skilled in war that despite their small numbers, they have managed to conquer entire cities. Oh man, so this is the Spartans. To the Spartans, they separated themselves from all that ruckus with the red android. They have been equipping themselves with Prometheus tech stolen from Atlas competitors. How the hell they get their hands on that shit? That's across the damn world. Okay. What are they called? We need a name for this lore. What the fuck? If you're listening to this, if your comment is liked or if it's the only submission for the name of this lore, this mysterious force over in the Iron Empire, I mean, unless they don't have a name and they're just a separate island squad that just branched off from the Iron Empire. But that would be whack, right? They gotta have a name, right? And also, this is a person. What is this person's name? Is he part of the Unforgettable gang? All right, next we have R-Type, a submission from R-Type X, Mr. Cash, J.O., and Sagenar. Okay. As the wasted and what's the topic? Lore topic. No lore topic. As the wasted and unconscious bodies of the CEO of Atlas. Oh, this is dialogue. Okay, we got a little scene here. Okay, it's different. Always welcomed. As long as it's short, right? As the wasted and unconscious bodies of the CEO of Atlas, Jeremiah Oliver, the leader of the outlaw Titian cult Arc-Bionic Sagenar, and the man with the stick, Mr. Morris, lay across Maven's table #1 and floor, defeated thoroughly by the unforgiving whims of Lady Dilliman Fire Whiskey. Boot on the table edge, arms flooded and slightly confused in his seat. We see R-Type X, the only one left who did not succumb and remains unburnt. From the fermented flames of various grains. Boot on the table edge, arms folded and slightly confused in his seat. We see R-Type X, the only one left who did not succumb and remains unburnt from the fermented flames of various grains. R-Type X orders another drink and the bartender asks, "So, what happened here?" R-Type X responds, "So it seems that an all-feminine pirate crew comprised of different races who have an annoyingly high upward inflection speech dialect that undercuts their ability to be taken seriously as a threat. Their pirate leader wields an unconventional massive hook ancient weapon made of dragon bone and infused with Nibunese shaman magics from the Nibu jungles. The urchins rock west of Nibu is their known base, where they grow their food and train their males for servitude, forcing them to craft the ship's figureheads in the shape of letters. Why they do this is unknown, but they've been seen to obsessively compulsive about docking. They seem obsessively compulsive about docking their mini ships in alphabetical order, no matter how long it takes, every day, without fail. One last thing of note is their claims to have mysterious drink that they created that can cure diseases. This Maven's bartender goes, sounds cool. Clearly not listening. This Maven's bartender says, that's cool. Clearly not listening and has little care. Here's your polar opposite slushy. You can tell that they went for a while. They went for a while. Because that is a big one. Torsanos Martial Tournaments. Ooh. This was submitted by Xavier Ortiz, Jacob Bastian, Yadagan, Arc-Bionic Sagenar. Torsanos Martial Tournaments. Recently, Torsanos tournaments have made their way from Torosol to Haven City. Like all things in the Ugly City, these Torsanos traditions have been twisted. The traditional beast fights now pit fighters against genetically modified creatures, superior to their natural counterparts in almost every way. Damn. Matches that previously tested martial prowess in arenas of land, air, and water are now allowing magic. Havenites have even introduced a new endurance competition called Aldalore, pitting a fighter against a string of blind fights until they are defeated or yield. Torsanos have a twisted taste for competition, man. Next we have Lasir Kagino. What a name. How do you say that? Come on. Laosear. Lausir? Keijeno. Kagino. This is a Jedi. This was submitted by Jacob Bastian, Arc-Bionic Sagenar, R-Type X, and Xavier Ortiz. Laosir of the Kagino dynasty, the current head of the Clan of Power, is a famous tactician known for his mastery of war games. Because of his position as one of the most powerful clan leaders, he serves as one of the 3 wardens of Zamina. Following being named general by Queen Regent Rabia, Laosir has become a renowned diplomat, preferring peace over war. In recent times, he has become the first Raelagarian to infuse energy with his hair. It has also... What? He has become the first Raelagarian to infuse energy with his hair, and has also been sent to Dorinthia to make peace and improve relations between Dorinthia and Raelagar. What does that mean? Infuse energy with his hair or within his hair? That's interesting. I'm curious as to what's going on with this guy's hair or girl. I don't know. Next, we have Second Merchant Kingdom of Haven. Second Merchant Kingdom of Haven? Second Merchant Kingdom of Haven? A self-proclaimed... All right, this was submitted by the Odd Man. Don't see him. I haven't seen him on here yet. Dejanar? Probably says Sagenar. Dizzy, Jacob Bastian / Octavian. Okay. A self-proclaimed sovereign nation led. This is a sovereign nation? A self-proclaimed sovereign nation led by a mysterious individual known as the Red Spider. Connections to the Merchant Kings is possible, but what the true nature of this connection is unknown, as beyond the name, there doesn't appear to be anything known yet. They have a foothold in what is likely a fair portion of the Solitude District with an unknown amount of followers. The new equipment set up inside the Solitude District would suggest a pretty decent amount of followers, while their actions, such as the killings associated with the kingdom, suggest a very small amount that happen to be very powerful. Said killings are consistent, rapid, but pinpoint gunfire and swarms of bugs of varying sizes and varieties. The swarms of bugs also appear to be coordinated, and nothing suggests a large group of individuals, be it the execution or time between somewhat few killings that are known. Okay. Second Merchant Kingdom of Haven. That's the name of this. Is that the name of this group? Second Merchant Kingdom of Haven? A self-proclaimed sovereign nation? Okay. A mysterious threat, it seems like. We can't really make out what the enemy's tactics are, it seems. Next we have the Interceptor. This was submitted by me, Xavier, Jeremiah, Oliver, Jacob Bastion, and Morris. The Interceptor is a modern street pirate, a free agent. This is the one where I passed out on the first shot. And I was the one buying everybody's shots, but what I was able to do was foreshadow the punk jobs, which was really what I really wanted to do. The Interceptor is a modern street pirate, a free agent and opportunist who interferes with punk jobs to reap the spoils. Not much is known about the Interceptor except that they are Dorinthian with a neon yellow glow in their cybernetic eyes and a photon hook in place of their right hand. It is believed that they are skilled with swords and handguns, which makes them a formidable foe. They also favor dirty tactics to gain any edge, like forcing their opponents toward ledges and employing pocket sand. What? The Interceptor has yet to be apprehended thanks in part to their invisible skyboat, their glass skipper, a handy tool to get them into and out of jobs quickly and quietly. Oh, that's cool. The glass skipper. Into jobs quickly and quietly. That's tight. Next we have Nectar, the energy drink. This was submitted by Jeremiah Oliver, ArtBionic, Sagenar, Xavier Ortiz, Morris, and Jacob Bastion, Demolition Man. Nectar is the newest energy drink on the market, sporting the catchy slogan, "Treat yourself like a god, drink the nectar of the gods." Nectar was created in Dorinthia by improving on several ancient energy formulas. Bone dust. Nectar has since made its way to Ray Lagar and most recently Haven City. Drinking nectar, yo, you remember Oddworld Abe's Exodus? Remember that game, Oddworld? And they were drinking slurm. It was really made from the bones of Marookans. Drinking nectar promises to keep you awake for days at a time, enhancing performance without the usual worries of addiction. What? Let me read that again. Drinking nectar promises to keep you awake for days at a time, enhancing performance without the unusual worries of addiction. Sounds too good to be true. Because of its performance enhancing property. Hold up, days at a time? Could you imagine? I drank 2 energy drinks today, and I'm tired as hell right now. Could you imagine drinking something and being committed to being up for 2 days? Wow, that's scary. Because of its oh man, can you imagine? You can't. Because of its performance enhancing properties, nectar is used by athletes, but it also has use as fuel for androids. Yeah, I bet. Unfortunately, nectar is not without its risks, either due to a part of the manufacturing process or because of some mistake. Several batches have been contaminated with concentrated gamma radiation, high enough levels of radiation to trigger mutation or worse, abominations. Yeah, we had a conversation like this in our little private, me and the patrons sat around the fire and we talked for like an hour and a half about the game. And we had a conversation that kind of put the microscope over abominations and the effects of gamma radiation and how people can become abominations at any moment, and how, you know, we had some new players. You know, Xavier's pretty new. He was just explaining how he interpreted it, because he wasn't here when at the beginning of season 1, when people were just transforming, when their powers would trip out or trigger or awaken, and when other people would turn into abominations that would trigger the radiation in others to kind of start going into overdrive and overmutation. It was an interesting conversation, and we're going to start doing those live soon. We were just kind of testing things out. But anyway, Nectar, that's a good one. Nectar is a good one. I can definitely see that being important eventually. Seems like it can lead to a lot of problems. Next, we have a pastry. This was submitted by Malross Ingram by himself. The Cockatrice Strudel is a brand new pastry that's been rocking the stomachs and taste buds of local workers in the Eastern Docks. Rumored to come from the devious mind of a chef in Bloodcobble. Yo, Bloodcobble was a very, very popular district. Rumored to become the devious mind of rumored to come from the devious mind of a chef in Bloodcobble, who may or may not have been arrested for possession of drugs. It's an amazing thing thus far. Unfortunately, with every high comes a low. Cockatrice strudels, depending on where you buy them, that's whenever somebody says depending on where you buy them, I'm not eating that shit. May contain extremely dangerous chemicals from unknown. Damn. Depending on where you buy this from, it could have stuff in there that kills you. Many dock workers buy them and are shocked at the sight. Upon paying their hard-earned bizquirks, they're given a medium-sized oily and blue pastry. They must be really, really good. Ew. Medium-sized oily and blue pastry. It's blue and it's oily. I like that. I like that detail, that little touch on there. Like, you really, that's the thing. Like, that's what I was hoping for. You know what I mean? Well, these lore submissions to kind of be, you know, things that you never could imagine, or, like, I really want to know what other people see these things as. You know what I mean? Like, how do you envision these things? Hey, in the comment section, describe how you visualize these lore submissions. Describe what you envision, what you see. Even if it's like just like a little scene or something. Maybe even if you just made your own scene using the lore submission. I want to see how you interpret these things. Right now, I'm picturing a person standing there with a oily blue pastry squishing between their fingers, and they're like licking their fingers. Anyway, that's the last of the Fire Whiskey Roulette from this past week. I'm really glad that people are in there experimenting and having fun building lore together. Stay tuned for another video as we start to unpack some of the lore that was submitted by way of you all doing punk jobs, getting artifacts, and trading those artifacts for lore passes. As you know, if you are into role playing, our Discord, you know, our channel is about this Gamma Haven series, and of course, eventually other games. But right now it's Gamma Haven, and while we wait for episodes, we role play as our characters and have little activities and conversation and socializing in the Discord. And there is a little system we have called Role Punk. You can role play as your character that's inside of this game, and there's all kinds of things set up for you to role play and have fun, pass time. And some of these players have made the most of it, and I'm really looking forward to not only opening up these lore submissions, but personally, I really like the artifacts. Matter of fact, I'm about to just read some right here. I really like these artifacts. So I'm going to go to the black market and see what we have here. All right. So we have pinned up here The Key to Haven City by Xavier Ortiz. It's a celebrity people artifact. An old-timey decorative key from the Republic representing the goodwill of the people of Haven City. The Lightning Bolt Badge. A small badge in the shape of a lightning bolt ripped from the jacket of the member of the elite. Man, I love how the description is or the item itself is kind of like a memento from the mission or the job that he did to get this artifact. That's a great touch. You know, this artifact thing was inspired by one of my favorite games, and one of my favorite games growing up was Legend of Mana 3, Seiken Daitetsu 3, that came out on PlayStation. And you would do these missions, and rewards would be these artifacts that characters would give you. And on the world map, you would place these artifacts, and that artifact would be like a pendant or something really odd. And you would get to choose where these artifacts are placed on the map, and they would turn into locations. And these are locations you could then go into and play, and you know, it's just part of a new part of the world, and there would be jobs and missions inside of them. But you kind of create your own map by placing down these artifacts, and the artifacts would always kind of represent what the location was going to be about. It was really cool. So I thought that there was a lot of creativity that went behind the design of each artifact, especially when you knew what it was going to turn into. And I look at these artifacts as pieces of your imagination, you know, pieces of your character, and how you interpret things. And I thought it would be cool. And so far, I like what I see. A severed woman's arm, a arm of a woman infected while trying to cure Solitude Plague, removed by R-Type X in an attempt to save her life. See, shit like that. Like, a part of me wants to, I really want to know what happened in that job. You know what I mean? Giant Nobblefrit Mandible. These sound like key items. The mandible of a genetically modified Nobblefrit defeated by Xavier in the Tartarus Ring. Hey, go to these people's journals and see what they're doing. You know, some of the players are actually, you know, you can see a snapshot of their life that they're living as their character. Ancient Banya coin, a coin recovered from the ancient Torisano city of Haven. Mintis and Banya on one side, and his steed had Hadiahosh on the other. Man, deep lore into the Taurusan lore. Arc Bionic has the Callidian Black Heart, a mysterious beating black heart that appears to be Callidian. That's a science artifact and a lore pass for species. We have the Sacred Feather that Jacob has, a silver feather with ancient runes of some kind on the outside. Engraved Sternum from Klaus Huron, a bone covered in mystical engravings. That's cool. Spiteful Oni, Dark Energy from R-Type X, the residual energy from the dark magic that took part in the Solitude Plague. Freighter Card, an old key card used to access hover freighters from Arc Bionic. Malros has the Mystic Geography artifact, a panoramic picture of the capital, a picture-perfect postcard view of the capital of Haven as seen from the viaduct rails. That is lovely. That's marvelous. Dance with the Devil, large saber. Oh, this is a weapon from Aoki Moju R-Type X. Mr. Midnight's personal saber, which is usually paired with the Pale Moonlight pistol. Left behind in the viaduct. The large saber induces the fear aura. Did y'all fight Mr. Midnight? He left behind his weapons. What did y'all do to Mr. Midnight? Damn it, I thought Mr. Midnight was a good person. Somebody hold back R-Type X. What else we got here? Unbroken Glass King piece from Jeremiah, a piece to a glass chess set that was left unbroken after the rest of the set was destroyed. The chess piece is an executive artifact with a lore pass for documents. Oh, I think that's what Ivan just traded with him with. Oh, by the way, Ivan Bakar won the reflection theme contest to be featured in Xavier's reflection feature. Now, The reflection feature, as you know, is if you see somebody's role playing that you really like, shout them out, copy and post up what you liked about their role play, like their actual role play scene, put it up in the reflections room, so they can, you know, have a chance of getting a feature. And that's like their own little personal little episode that I want to do, that I want to write for people who are you know, making the most of Gamma Haven. A Victorian glove. This trophy was left behind when Mr. Midnight vanished from the viaduct train used to escort the freighter to court. Spoiler alert, man. It's like, nah. Andromeda rifle, a rifle that shoots highly corrosive material at the enemy that looks like stardust. It has been illegal for some time, but the Wang gang, somehow got their hands on some prototypes. Hey, that's an old one. I want to see that story. The Sacred Feather, a silver feather with unknown symbols on the sides. It is said to be highly important to the Nguvu people. No one outside the Nguvu knows why though. Jeweled skeleton key, a special type of key that can open any executive room in Jiang Wang's nightclub. Jiang Wang himself kept it close to him, but the key has been looted from his body. This also grants access to Jiang's personal cache of illegal weapons. Oh shit. Okay, welcome. We have from Hunter Primarch Demet, Scientist Artifact, the Necro Generator, an ancient necrotech artifact found in a crate. Another crate artifact. Then we have the Melted Key, a key that used to pair with Zeos gang members ride. Zeos gang members ride? With the Zeos gang members ride. Yeah, but man, those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool because it kind of characterizes what you're trading. It gives it some more meaning when it's personalized by you. You know what I mean? But hey, that's all we have here as far as the Fire Whiskey Roulette. Like I said, stay tuned. Gonna take a look at the lore that was submitted using the artifacts that we had just, you know, rattled off of. Thanks for watching. Look forward to Act 3, the finale of Season 3, where we kind of bring things to a head for each of the arcs. That phase should be opening shortly, so be prepared.